Alrighty. So, as I said earlier, we're just going to go for a quick stop. Just going to trade with Demon, and... I mean, we have some gold. We're trading with Demon. If we still have more gold after that, we're going to trade with Aaron.
Looking for steel? I have, well, something close.
What is close to steel? Like iron? Or silver? Okay. We already have a change that +1 for Shadow Hearts. Maybe we can get a nicer heavy armor? But then again... yeah, Lae'zel doesn't have any dexterity. I was just like, but with a half day you can go up to 17 if you have the dexterity. We don't have the dexterity. But the thing is, the heavy armor we can buy, the best one is this one, and it's like same difference. I'm not gonna pay 500 gold coins for same difference. Jerry has a nice weapon, and the rest doesn't really need weapons. Oh, we have a repair +1. Yes, we're gonna buy that. There you go. Arrow of Rolling Thunder is also always nice. You go well. And... actually not really, I haven't been playing much BG3 lately. Oh, okay. Playing other games at the moment? Or just not time to game that much? If I may ask. Hunting shortbow. I mean, being able to cast Hunter's Mark, not the worst use of a bonus action. Because I mean, we don't need to be a ranger to use it. You know what? How expensive is it? 163? We're going to take that for...
Oh, enough waiting. I crave blood.
I just want to say we're going to take that for Will. Now that I think about it, I think we're going to take it for Lae'zel. We also have a longbow. Let's buy a longbow for Will. Oh. Hey, and we still have lots of money. Nice, I like it. I think Arrows of Fire are going to be nice later on. How expensive are they? Yeah. You know what? Let's buy the arrows. Cool. Oh. Because I mean we're going to take like all the nice equipment we can get. Hades 2, Ember Knight, and working a lot. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about working a lot. I hope at least you have a nice job. How do you like Hades 2? Didn't play that, but I played the first one quite a bit. Boo on the work. Yeah.
Need anything else? Of course.
You to be nicer to the refugees, but that's not going to happen.
You're not the only one in need.
Ring of Flinging, we're not going to use that. I was like, we could buy the gloves of missile snaring, but they're too expensive for what they do, I think. And we also can't afford them. End of story here. Spell Thief, nah. Because that's the thing. Lae'zel is never going to use her bow. Lae'zel has like shitty dexterity. How many potions of healing do we have? You know what? We're gonna buy those. Okay. Alright. If you're ready
with you.
for the horrors yet to come.
That'll have to do.
Ready. Did we... We never went to Zevlor, did we? No, we never went up here. Let's do that. I want to do the bed with Lacrissa. And then we can leave and go for new dangers and everything. Hades 2 is a delight. It was a rough when it launched in early access, but they've been tweaking and improving it. Nice. And it's huge. I've already put 100 plus hours into it. That's a lot. But that sounds really nice.
No, sir. But if there's a clear path past those goblins, they'll find it.
I mean, since it's been like 2 weeks we played this, I'm not gonna talk to them. That was just like, I mean, of course, like really stressed about like Kaga casting them out. Ask you also to negotiate with her again. But yeah. Yeah, you also have like other ways to go for Karlak, so we could go there early. I don't want to do that though. Hey, Lacrissa.
Used to think the goblins would kill us the second we set foot outside. But after hearing what you did at the gate, well, I still think they'll kill us. But at least we can put up a fight.
Monday motivation be like. Also, what kind of game is Ember Knight? Sorry, I just went over that. Not with that attitude. Fight and win.
There's optimism, and then there's stupid, hun. Plenty of us fell to monsters already.
Intelligence
I don't see
8
the
crew
rest
be
of us
like.
lasting long out there. But if you're so sure we will, why not put a little gold on the line?
Sure, it's a bet.
Excellent. And since I ain't one to leave a debt unpaid, that means we're destined to meet in Baldur's Gate.
I mean, we kind of
Looking
win either
forward
way,
to
don't
it.
we?
So many ways to die.
Okay, who had Longstrider prepared? Shadowheart. Since we don't need that on her, we can prepare something else, actually. Thunderwave, maybe? But so far it seems like I'm just going to Moonbeam. Moonbeam all the way.
Blackest will be done.
And since we're cool, we're not gonna take the stairs.
Oh, I have
Cool
the
kids are just
magic
jumping down.
dust. Let's explore.
Nice. Featherfall's such a handy spell sometimes. Like in real, so in like tabletop D&D. I don't know. I mean, you have to invest in it. It is quite the commitment to use like one of your known or prepared spells for it. But it's actually really nice. And it can make all the difference. And sometimes that happens. And there are also situations you get into where you're like, damn, if I just knew Featherfall, this would be so much safer.
So, Gith, aren't you worried your kind will punish you for consorting with us?
My name is Lae'zelk Chucky. And my kin will understand my need for servants. They will help you, but only if I ask.
Well then. Amenize is a multiplayer top-down roguelike game, similar to Hades, minus the plot and characters. Really fun. Ah, okay. So, just like mainly or like only gameplay focused, I take it?
Do you think your
I
kin
never
search
really-
for you, Lae'zel?
Huh.
Feel like we're being watched.
I know they do not. It is my responsibility to cleanse myself.
They pursued the Nautiloid. Perhaps they were trying to free you.
A vain notion. I am one of many, and will not be a burden to my queen.
It really sounds like as Githyanki you don't get any support. But yeah, getting back to the original topic, I think I never really played many roguelike games. Don't know that many. I did play Slay the Spire for a while, but not that much. But I guess it's like a very different type of roguelike game, right? Or like Across the Obelisk, which is kind of like Slay the Spire. Look at that, Alistair. It's just happening here again.
My, what manner of place is this?
Why does he spawn specifically
a path
here?
to redemption? Or a road to damnation? Hard to say, for your journey is just beginning.
What would suit the occasion? The words to a lullaby, perhaps.
The mouse smiled brightly. It outfoxed the cat. Then down came the claw. And that, love, was that.
Raphael.
They do know how to write them in Cormyr, don't they? Well met, I am Raphael. Very much at your service.
Never trust people you just encounter in the wilds who are like, oh, I'm at your service. They usually try to sell you something. Which, hey, also applies in this case. Interesting. Right, Alistair? I wonder if they changed that in one of the patches. I mean, they kinda had to, right? Because, like, I was very used to meeting Raphael either in camp, like when you rest, or if you, like, cross this, like, stone archway in the Road Grove for the second time. Like, when you go back from the Harpies. I love his overdramatic ass. So, what am I talking to? The mouse or the cat?
Neither. The fox, rather.
The fox.
Hiding, in a word. A silent observer, about to break the silence. Of course, what I have to say merits some privacy, as well as some more, let's call it, refinement.
I mean, at least this place here is private.
Quaint little scene is decidedly too middle of nowhere for my tastes. Come.
And welcome to hell.
Middle of somewhere.
And the music is also just so good. I've been wondering, like, first time we played this, first on mode run, I mean, Gale was kind of curious, right? And like really chill. I think on the other hand, like being taken away, you might also react like a little bit more careful / maybe also hostile. Just due to not being in control to some degree. And I also wanted to try something different because we never did that, I think. And Gale reaches for his weapon.
Tut, tut. No need for that crude cutlery of yours. As you can see, I'm amply provisioned.
Oh, that he is.
This is the House of Hope, where the tired come to rest and the famished come to feed lavishly. Go on, partake, enjoy your supper. After all, it might just be your last.
I kind of don't trust the food. All these theatrics leading somewhere.
Are you not entertained? Well, far be it from me to disappoint.
What an entrance. Not very surprising, though.
What's better than a devil you don't know? A devil you do. Am I a friend? Potentially. An adversary? Conceivably. But a savior? That's for certain.
I say that every time, but I just love it. Because, I mean, we know Raphael. We know that he scripts those things, he writes them. And just like, imagine Raphael sitting somewhere of like, hell up in the background. And he's just like, writing his monologue is like, like, what adjective would fit now? Conceivably, And I'm being honest, I just want to know what happens if you go like for confrontation. I don't think he's going to attack you, because if he does, we're gonna be dead. Gale levels his weapon at the creature.
My, aren't you a nervous one? I assure you I'm here to help. not harm. Consider your predicament. One skull, two tenants, and no solution in sight. I could fix it all, like that.
The funny thing is, even if you like completely go for it, if you're like, okay, sure, help me, what do you want? He doesn't help you, at least not right now. I remember part of the monologue he is about to have by heart. Nice. I have more mods running than I thought. How many mods do you have, June? But the mod is called NPC eye, skin, hair colors. Huh. You're mad to think if I'll make a deal with the devil.
And what is madness but a denial of reality? Still, I have a feeling you'll change your mind before it's changed for you. Try to cure yourself. Shop around. Beg, borrow, and steal. Exhaust every possibility until none are left. And when hope has been whittled down to the very marrow of despair, that's when you'll come knocking on my door.
Oh yeah, we're going to see each other again.
Such a tease.
Well. But yeah, I mean, there are no benevolent devils in D&D. They're always cunning. And due to being like extremely lawful, of course in D&D, devils and demons are very different things. Devils are very lawful, and demons are very chaotic. I think Karnak is also going to say something about that later on, once we recruit her. Mostly you lose if you deal with a devil. I mean, unless you kind of get to kill him. But yeah, otherwise it's really hard to get out of the contract. And the soul is a steep price. I'll have the last laugh in the end.
I've always wondered what a laughing Mindflayer sounds like. All those pretty little symptoms, sundering skin, dissolving guts, they haven't manifested yet, have they? One might say you're a paragon of luck.
He definitely knows more.
I'll be there when it runs out.
Ever being the devil, cunning and planning. Well, well, well. By the way, Alistair, what are you currently playing? Because, I mean, you finished Mortal Kombat, right? Or not really playing anything due to being sick?
The Devil with the Silver Tongue. An old fairy tale my father read to me. The kind with a hero, a villain, and a moral. A farmer made a deal with the devil, so the story goes. In exchange for the farmer's dearest fruit, the devil granted him a bottomless coin purse.
Classic.
The farmer's dearest fruit, naturally, was no apple nor peach, but his beloved daughter. We can learn a lot from fairy tales, don't you think?
You deal with the devil. Spare me the parables. I've no intention of bargaining with the likes of him.
That's because you still have hope. But when he becomes your last hope, remember this. He'll require of you only what you're least ready to part with. And then require more still. You might think you'd give up anything for a cure. But the devil won't take just anything. He'll take everything.
Well, my dear warlock, talking out of experience.
Bloody hells. Literally. Just when I think I've got a grasp on our dilemma, a devil shows up. No matter. We've dealt with every other oddity thrown at us lately. We can handle this one too. Now, as for this Raphael, he knows our secret. He claims he can help. What do you make of him?
Nice call, you with the same thought. Yeah, I don't think she's going to be happy if we, like, delve into her thoughts uninvited. He's a devil. We shouldn't trust him. Simple as that.
No doubts at all. He seemed powerful and very knowledgeable about our problem. Not the worst prospect we've stumbled across. As long as you can look past what he is.
And of course, he's just trying to test us if we're wavering. I'm not going to change my minds. We can't trust Raphael.
Good. That's what I wanted to hear. I know people who work much like our new acquaintance does. You don't need a scourge or a rack to break people. Fear and self-doubt is sufficient. When actual pain comes, the victim's already done the heavy lifting for their torturer. There were no right answers with that devil. He was toying with his food. Us.
And I mean, once again, speaking from experience, my dear. Damn, Shadowheart is rocking the tunic. She is, isn't she? I think it would be even cooler if you got the adornments to be like purple and just the tunic to be black. But it's still awesome outfit. I really like it. Shadowheart could wear sweatpants and a hoodie and still be beautiful. Aww. You simp. Now we need water for you, Alistair. I didn't realize you were so well versed in mental and emotional torments.
Aren't you glad that I am? It's an effective trick. Watch out for it. And for Raphael.
Well, it's also like, the heck? Alright, Lae'zel is not going to be pleased by meeting a devil.
This devil Raphael flaunts his paltry wings as if he wants to impress us. You saw the red dragon slaying his infernal kin above hell's fires, did you not? Next to a dragon, the devil's a gnat. When I am Kithrak, I will take my Queen Vlaakith his head as a trophy.
I would say that's a clear stance here. Githrak, what does that mean?
Githyanki Knights, the riders that chase the Nautiloid. They are the commissars and enforcers of my Queen Vlaakith's will. Vlaakith bestows no greater honor. To wield a Kithrak's silver sword is my destiny. I will earn my queen's favor, and I will conquer every layer of hell should she command it.
I mean, find someone who's like 10% as devoted to impressing you compared to Lae'zel trying to impress Vlaakith, and that's love, that's devotion. Maybe that's also very toxic, but hey. Why were these knights chasing the Mindflayer ship?
The Gale are my kind's mortal enemy. It is not unusual for the Kithrak to give chase, to penetrate the hells. This is unusual. But I'm not one to question the wisdom of my queen.
Yeah.
I can see but to the horizon. Vlaakith's sight pierces the many planes.
You are just a tool. Vlaakith is horrible. Yeah, black and purple would be perfect. I've got a mod for that. Fear Taylor's dice, I think. I'm not sure if that's not maybe the mod I'm using, but I think you always missed. Is it this one? I think you've always missed me using that. I actually spent like quite some time. I don't think there was anything which dyes Shadowheart's dress like really black and purple. But we can have a look. Taking Shar, taking Emperor, we're taking Vecna. I think there's also like the black and purple ones. So combine. But look at that, like which one is this? The Shah one makes it like completely black, nothing is purple. I don't know why they sometimes move around when I'm doing stuff in the inventory. But this one? This one is silver. Like Silver Dorman's black dress. And with the Vecna one? I don't think you get it just right. No, not that one. The dice looks different. Maybe I'm remembering the wrong name. 48 is a lot to keep straight. True. We are just going to go back to the Shah one, to the completely black one. There we go. Anyway.
No rest for the wicked, I see.
She's after all God's favorite princess and the most interesting girl in the world. I love that quote.
Certainly.
I should prefer Lae'zel, but I understand the appeal. She's my second favorite girl. I think just for the quote, Shadow is the best girl.
Good find.
I don't know if we would do like a... Who do you prefer, June? Shadowheart or Lae'zel? I think it might actually be quite even in the chat. Maybe slightly favoring Lae'zel, I don't know. Okay, I originally wanted to ignore the boar because I wanted to get Starion to tell me. But since we're not having a Starion with us,
Keeping pace.
we can't do that anyway. We'll